It's back to school season in Nigeria. Imagine rising before dawn to get someone else's children ready for school while your own stay behind unattended. Imagine working a 14-hour day, 6 days a week, only to go home with less than 70,000 naira monthly if you're paid at all. This is the invisible reality of care and domestic work in Nigeria today. We don't often think of nannies, drivers, and housekeepers as part of the economy. But they are. They are the reason many professionals can work, why families function, and why businesses run on time. Here in Lagos alone, there are more than 2 million domestic workers, many of whom hold advanced diplomas and degrees. And yet, they live on the edge, underpaid, unprotected, and often unrecognized. A lot of these workers navigate wages far below the national minimum, no formal contract or agreement with their employer. They work excessive long hours with no overtime, rest days, or legal recourse. Many are struggling with physical and emotional abuse due to the power imbalance in most homes. Many of these workers are women, often single mothers, who are forced to leave their own children in precarious care arrangements so they can care for others. This is not just a labor issue, it's a gender issue. It's an economic justice issue. It's a national emergency wrapped in daily routine. We must start treating care and domestic work as formal professions. This means a national registry and certification process for domestic workers, labor protections, including guaranteed wages, rest days, and grievance mechanisms. It also includes recognition of domestic workers as part of the formal economy with access to social protections like health insurance and pension. Inclusion in what I'm calling a care policy, particularly those involving labor, women's rights, and economic growth. They deserve to be seen, not just as the help, but as professionals, as workers, as human beings with dreams, families, and rights. And if we want a Nigeria that works for everyone, we must give care workers fair pay, fair treatment. We must give them justice, protection, and a seat at the table. Because the future we're trying to build for our children can't be built on the back of someone else's struggle.
So, the Nigerian Labour Act, for instance, let me just read it out. Section 91 that defines a worker, okay, says a worker is defined as any person who has entered into or works under a contract with an employer, whether the contract is for manual labor or clerical labor, whether the contract is expressed or implied, so it doesn't even have to be written.
Okay.
Oral or written, and whether it is a contract of service or a contract personally to execute any work of labor. So when we look at it from the existing legislation, okay, care workers are covered under workers. But the challenge you have is when you take it forward to the rights. Okay, when you look at the Labour Act itself, you look at the rights of leave, the rights of insurance, all those kind of things. It is then limited to organizations with 25 workers. That's where you have a gap, almost like a lacuna there somewhere in the law that needs to be bridged. And I feel that the way forward is for us to follow the prescription of the ILO, okay? That there is a particular convention, C1889, that talks about the standards of domestic workers and prescribes that they must have minimum wage, they must have clear contractual terms, they must have rest period, the things that you highlighted there. Nigeria as of today has not met this. In fact, Nigeria is not even a signatory to this convention. So we need to I understand there's some kind of domestic
National Domestic
Workers Bill in the works.
Yeah.
I hope that it addresses this lacuna and this gap, and begins to make sure that our care workers have the same level of rights any worker in Nigeria, because already the Nigerian Labour Act covers them.
Okay. I wrote here Martina Luther King. I could see your movement, I could feel it, and I'm all for it. All for it. I believe that when you, that which is most precious to you, you leave it in the hands of the people you don't take care of. Well, it shows you don't treasure it that much. Because you actually do need to look after them. They're part of your home, they are part of your secrets, your intimates, and everything that you hold dear. So it doesn't make sense to treat them less than human.
Absolutely.
My driver has been with me 23 years.
Wow.
23 years. And I don't know how I'll manage without him. He's become a part of the family, and he's special to me. What I eat, he eats. And I travel, he's in charge of the house. My driver.
Wow.
My cleaner, she used to come every day, but I mean, I don't have that much movement around the house. So I've reduced her time coming to work maybe three times a week, because she has to take her children to school. When she had an accommodation problem, I sorted it out for her. For me, I'm going to do my bit. Treat you like a human being. Correct. If you want to turn mad, you can be going.
Exactly.
But I have satisfied my conscience. I've done for you. And my driver is any times, let me not say the amount, over for minimum wage. He deserves it. He's there. He comes to work 4 a.m.
Wow.
He lives on the mainland. He has never, ever been late, rain or shine. So tell me.
You're looking for a job now.
You have to take into cognizance that they are human beings like you. They bleed. They have feelings too. And I'm not saying go overboard, but just treat them
with dignity and respect.
Simple.
I strongly believe that there is a nexus between skills and value. So, and that's one of the things I actually like about what your advocacy talks about in terms of national registry and certification. Because half the time, what we get to see is that people, care workers, you begin to train them, you repeat yourself over and over again and over and over again. So it doesn't also encourage, for people who are very rational, not like kids, for example, who are very emotional, they'll be like, they'll be like, what value exactly are you bringing? Because I end up doing the work, or I end up talking over and over again, and so you're not getting it. So it also affects the payment and the remuneration, and then the care they also get. But overlining what Kate said, you don't have to treat your care workers as though they are less of a human. And this is quite instructive, because I remember breaking off a relationship just because of the way I heard someone speak.
So are you single? Should you
her. Huh?
You're single now?
Oh, he's not.
Okay.
He's not.
So
the
just
way the
because
person
the person addressed someone else, and I wasn't there.
No, of course.
And I was like, how do you talk to a human being like this? It was a no-no for me. And then to the skilled workers again, I mean to the workers themselves again, you've just got to improve yourself. You can't be in a house. I mean, I told one of my cleaners in the office before, I was like, I need you because you've been with me for a long time. You can't be doing cleaning job forever. Sit down with the front desk person and learn computing. She would not.
Yeah, but the other thing that I would push back on is that, are you saying that she should go learn the computer because you don't believe that being a cleaner is a job?
At all.
It's fundamental to self-development and improvement. So, for example, there are Amazon rock cleaners that you don't need to do anything. Just put it on the floor and it goes around, pick your dirt. I want to have such a cleaner who would be able to operate that. It makes you, but it's not because you're saying that cleaning is too degrading and you should remain there. It's also about helping you do your work better.
But some of them don't want to.
But they don't want to.
So the first thing is we need to professionalize domestic work in Nigeria. And I know for years now, I've known the Nanny Academy. I don't know if you're aware. Amara Gbim. Yes, Amara Gbim is my friend. She's been on this for years.
Interesting.
Our government should look into this, just as you've highlighted in this monologue, in this advocacy. We need to begin to call for agencies, proper agencies, professional agencies that will handle the services, domestic work services. And then I like what you said here. You said the future we're trying to build for our children can't be built on the back of someone else's struggle. And then you said they deserve to be seen not just as the help, but as professionals, as workers, as human beings with dreams, with rights, with families. And these two sentences are the pegs for me. in your advocacy that our governments need to look inward.
Absolutely.
We need to look inward, and we need to build on this. We need to professionalize. This is what some people jackpot from Nigeria to go and do abroad with degrees, multiple degrees. So why can't we enable that here?
All for one and one for all implies that every man for himself is not the winning formula.
Indeed, Blessing. A society that recognizes and alleviates private struggles is one that is undoubtedly set to rise, you know.